Sportsmanship. Madan and Nikhil were class 6 students of the Sunflower High School. While both were good in studies, Nikhil was far better in sports. He was a natural sportsman and took to almost any sport like a duck takes to water. The only sport in which Madan had an edge over Nikhil was swimming. He had been swimming ever since he was a kid and was very good at it. Nikhil had taken to swimming after his father became a member of the City Club a year ago. In just one season, he had become an expert. One day, the sports teacher announced that an inter-school swimming competition was being organized by the Youth Hostel Association of India at the City Club for different age groups. There would be a preliminary selection at 10 a.m. at the club to pick the participants from Sunflower High School. In each event, only one participant would be selected to represent the school. Both Nikhil and Madan gave their names for 50-meter freestyle. Every day in the evening, they went to practice. On Saturday, at the insistence of his classmates, Madan agreed to participate in a mock race with Nikhil. He was extremely nervous and tense. What he had been dreading the most actually happened. He lost to Nikhil. This meant that if the same thing happened the next day, Nikhil, and not he, would represent the school in the 50-meter freestyle. Madan knew he would never be able to bear that. The whole night he kept tossing and turning in bed. In the early hours of the morning, no one was there. Madan removed around 20 nails from his pocket and, opening the gate, walked along the garden path. Madan scattered the nails as he walked along. He then quietly slipped out and, getting onto his cycle, pedalled away. Madan was sure Nikhil's cycle would have a flat tire. It would delay him sufficiently, resulting in Nikhil reaching late for the swimming competition. Naturally, with Nikhil out of the way, he would win quite easily. Pedaling away furiously, his mind on Nikhil and the race, he failed to see a ditch. The next moment, his bike skidded and he landed in the ditch. After 5 minutes, he got up slowly. It had been a nasty fall, but luckily nothing seemed to be broken. However, his clothes were in a complete mess, muddy and wet. He picked up the cycle. He found that the handle was twisted. He tried his best to straighten it, but could not. He looked around helplessly. It was a lonely stretch of the road and was quite deserted. It was not even safe to leave the bike there. Cursing his luck, Madan wheeled the bike along as fast as he could. He looked at his watch. It was 9:45 and the club was still a good 3 kilometers away. He almost ran the entire distance, praying he would meet a familiar face that would help him. But clearly luck was not with him. By the time he reached the club, disheveled and bruised, it was 10:15. After keeping his bike in the stand, he rushed towards the pool. "Has the swimming contest started?" he asked a youngster. "Yes, 2 events are already over." Just then he heard a shout. It was Nikhil. "Where were you, Madan? I've been going crazy trying to locate you." I had a minor accident," Madan panted. "Even I had a little problem today. My cycle had a flat tire. Are you okay now? Get into your swimming trunks fast. In another 15 minutes our race will start," Nikhil said. "My race? But 50-meter freestyle was to be the first event." "It was, but I managed to get it postponed." Postponed? But why?" "Because of you, silly. I told the organizers that you were the champion and we cannot have the trials without you." Madan stumbled to the shower room, his head in a tizzy. Nikhil had managed to reach the club on time, then had argued with the organizers to postpone the race so that he, Madan, could participate. How decent, how loyal of him. And he had played a nasty, mean trick on Nikhil to prevent him from participating. As he emerged, he saw Nikhil racing towards him. Madan looked at him very quietly. "It is very important. I did not want you to participate, so I threw some nails on your garden path. That is why your bike had a flat tire. When you told me how you had persuaded everyone to wait for me, I felt disgusted with myself. As a punishment, I will not participate in the race. I don't deserve to compete with you." Nikhil looked at him for a few minutes and said, You will jolly well do it. The very fact that you have realized your mistake is what is that word which our principal keeps using? Atonement. Yes, atonement enough. Now come on, get going, and let me see you beat me in the race." As the whistle blew, 10 young swimmers executed a perfect dive into the pool. Nikhil took off with Madan not far behind. At the 25-meter stage, they were neck to neck, and this position continued till the very end. When the whistle blew, it was still not clear who had won, Nikhil or Madan. It was a photo finish. Finally, the judges decided Nikhil had won by a couple of seconds. But there was good news for Madan too. Since Nikhil and Madan had broken the school record, they both had been selected to represent the school in the inter-school meet. After the prize distribution ceremony, as they were walking out, Nikhil handed Madan a small plastic packet. Madan opened the packet. Inside were 20-odd nails. "Well, what is this?" he asked. "The nails you had planted on my garden path. I had seen you doing it, and after you left, I had picked them up. But you told me your cycle had a flat tire," Madan said incredulously. Nikhil smiled and said, "Madan, I wanted you to realize your mistake." Madan replied softly, "I think I did. Today I have understood that it is not the winning or losing that is important. It is something more. The spirit of participation, and that is what makes a true sports person.